Wix, we have a problem. I have been a loyal customer since 2016 or 2017 is when I first built my first Wix website. My agency is an icon level agency partner with Wix. That is the second highest level of partnership that you can achieve, and we're very close to the highest level. But man, these price increases from Wix are insane. So last week, I noticed a $324 charge on my bank account from Wix. I was pretty confused as what that could be because I don't have any annual subscriptions or plans with them even close to that. My most expensive annual plan is $168 per year for my personal agency website. So first thing I did when I saw this charge was I went into Wix, into my dashboard, which I hadn't been in a long time, to be honest with you. And when I got on my dashboard, I saw this little notification right here. So I had to click on this notification icon and I see this. The currentsolution.com update. This is my agency site. The unlimited plan will be changed to core plan, which I believe is even a plan like below unlimited, so kind of confused there. But as a part of this update, your yearly price for your subscription will increase from 168 USD to 324 USD. Now, just for context here, if we do 168, which is what it used to be, times 2, we multiply that by 2, we have 336. This is almost a 2x or 100% price increase. It basically is give or take like 12 or 14 bucks, right? Pretty insane. Obviously, we're living in a time right now where everything's getting a lot more expensive, and we're seeing price increases on everything from your car insurance to a loaf of bread at the store from, 5 to 20%. But an almost 100% increase is crazy. The other thing is they give you very short notice with this. And I started Googling around, and I found this really good article, and I figured we could just kind of read through this and go through this because I think this guy makes some really good points, and I have some additional points I'd like to make as well. So when I Googled Wix price increases, this was the first thing that came up. This guy named Brian Scott Smith, I'll have a link to it down in the description. He published this a couple months ago in March. So he says they're the most popular website building software company in the US and are celebrating 18 years in business this year. So why is the Israel-based company hitting their customers with massive price increases for their services and moving them to different premium plans? Increases that in some instances are as much as 75% more than previous year's fees. As a journalist, I try never to be the story I'm writing about, but on this occasion I am a Wix customer and have been for a number of years now. I've never had problems with them. I've paid my annual fees, occasionally used their excellent customer service when I've had tech issues, and never had so much as a grumble with them as a company until now. And I can relate to this. I totally agree. Wix has been great. I think they're a great platform overall, depending on your use case. So they've had really good customer service in the past. I've had great experiences with them, which is why I've recommended them for a lot of my clients in certain use cases. I don't recommend them to everyone, but depending on your use case and where you're at. It started when I received an email from them recently informing me about my impending renewal for one of my websites I have with them. I didn't even receive an email. All I had was this on my dashboard, nothing else. And if you're like me, you might not come into your dashboard very often at all, because primarily right now, most of the work I do is in Go HighLevel, not in Wix. So I didn't even see this. It was marked as an important update, so naturally I gave it my full attention. And then there it was, buried in the third paragraph, not in bold type or any way making itself obvious, which is sketchy. The price increase from $126.55 a year to a new price of $204.19 a year, a whopping 62% increase. Imagine my surprise. I thought I was reading this wrong, but no, there it was, and it was going to be charged to my credit card a whole 14 days before my current plan ended as well, to make sure of a seamless transition and no interruption to my service. I contacted their customer service via chat and asked for some explanation, but all they offered was the same scripted wording that was in the email. So what they're doing here is they're giving you, first of all, they're going to charge this to you 14 days before it's even supposed to renew, because they want to say, oh, we're doing you a favor. We're making this seamless, which no, that's not how that should work. And also in my case, this notification popped up. I didn't even see it, but it looks like based on the date and when I talked to customer service that they gave me about a 14 days notice of this, which is a problem in and of itself, because let's say you are a business owner who hired an agency to build your site on Wix. You have everything running in Wix, all of your systems integrated in Wix. they're basically going to put you in a position where you have to hire someone to migrate everything over to a new platform. You have to find all new solutions or everything, or you just have to say, all right, I'm just going to pay the 60 to 100% increase, which is what most people are going to do. So they're really putting you between a rock and a hard place, and most people are just going to choose the rock of paying extra so they can keep all of their systems and not have any interruption, and they're just going to get charged 50+% more, and Wix knows that. So here's what customer service says. In the time since the original premium plan was purchased, we've consistently invested in advancing our technology, adding to the features that benefit you and your clients, improving our best-in-class infrastructure and service. We will continue to invest in improving our users' and partners' experiences. So basically they're saying, yeah, we've invested in our company, we've made things better, which is what we told you we were going to do when we first got you to sign up anyways at the price we agreed to. One of the reasons a lot of people signed up for Wix is because they really marketed themselves as being cutting edge and always trying to cater to the customers and increase the user experience and benefits of being a Wix customer. And that's one of the marketing tactics they use to get you to join Wix in the first place, because you don't think that they're just going to double your price down the road as a result. This is what they told me as well. And they also have Wix Studio, which used to be Wix Editor X. It's now called Wix Studio, which is sort of a separate level of Wix, which in my experience was their more advanced level. I actually have a website for one of my other businesses built on Wix Studio. It's a much more responsive and advanced level of Wix, or version of Wix. And as a result, it's more expensive, which is fine. But I did not imagine that the kind of more basic level of Wix would become effectively just as expensive. How reassuring. I'd expect a company like them to be investing and innovating. Yes, I do expect to pay some form of increased fee as a result of that. It's the cost of doing business. But this much? And I can get that. Like I said at the beginning of the video, prices, especially right now and in this economy, prices are going up for everything. And if you're going to increase things, I understand that prices may go up 5, 10, even 20%. But I think even 20% would be pushing it. I sent an email to the PR department at Wix.com and got an instant auto reply saying they would get back to me. I've since sent 2 more emails to the PR department email and have received exactly the same auto reply message. I know they've read my emails due to the tracking software I use. So what is left to do? The company isn't interested in explaining itself based on just my increase. Will no doubt do very well as they continue to renew their clients, who, the vast majority, will stay with Wix.com because they've invested so much time into their websites, and to move them, like changing banks, becomes burdensome. He's hit the nail on the head here, because look at the Wix stock. This is the past year. They are up 112%. So their customers are staying with them because they really have no choice. Some customers like myself will cancel that plan. I canceled the plan. I'm trying right now to get a refund. I hopped on with customer service chat. It was all bots. Ended up calling, going through some red tape, and the guy's like, yeah, we'll see if we can get you a refund. It's going to take 12 to 14 days, and then we'll be back in touch. It's been about 7 days so far. I don't expect them to get back in touch. To be honest with you, I don't really expect a refund. But obviously it's working out for them, because in the past year, their stock is up 112%. So anyone who invested a big chunk of change into Wix a year ago, congratulations. Past 6 months, they're up 70%. Past month, 32%. Past 5 days, 22%. We have to just go to the day to see them down 1.3%. So it's clearly working out well for them. So let's get back into the article here. The company, where were we? Wix.com, say that we as customers have been moved to new plans that include all the benefits of our previous plan, but how can we now check? Those details now are gone from the Wix.com website, replaced by new plans and their pricing. They say new plans also offer additional advanced features for managing your site. That's great, but why couldn't I have been offered the opportunity to stay with my current plan with, say, a small increase? And by all means, do try and upsell me on a new plan with the promise of more bells and whistles, even though, due to how I use my website, I'm unlikely to need them. And that's where I am as well. Due to how I use my agency site, I don't need a lot of the bells and whistles. It was really just connected to my Google My Business for inbound leads to come in. I really just needed a very basic site, which is why I'm just moving it over to go HighLevel. To the point of all of this is, for a company that has done so well and provided the likes of people like me and other small businesses and large businesses too, the ability to create great looking websites easily and affordably and let us communicate with the world, is it too much to ask of you, Wix.com, to have communicated better with us, your loyal customers, and maybe offered us some choices rather than dictating terms to us? And because you won't answer questions about why and how you got these new figures, just how greedy you've become. Let's look at some of the comments. Mine went from 49 to 192. Ridiculous. I had the same message, 67 to 172. They then charged me 288 for some reason, refused to give my money back and cancel my subscription. Yeah, so a lot of people in the same boat, same issue, no response. It's unfortunate, man, because I know a lot of web devs like to hate on Wix because it's a drag and drop or whatnot, but for a lot of small businesses, for a lot of use cases, Wix is a really good choice. It allows you to create good responsive sites. It allows people a low barrier to entry to get their business off the ground. It was pretty affordable, but price increases like this, especially in a time like right now where a lot of people, both individually and in their businesses, are struggling in this economy with just how expensive everything has become and just how much it takes just to live due to those expenses. It's pretty unfortunate to get an unexpected, in my case, $324 charge when I'm expecting $168. Now, thankfully, thank God in my case, I can afford that and I can bite that bullet and it's fine. But I feel bad for small business owners or sole proprietors or people who that extra, basically double in price, that extra $100 and whatever dollars they're paying, that could really impact them or really impact their business or put them in a tight spot. And then to have Wix, I contact them the day of and say, I want this canceled and I want a refund. And they give you all this BS reasons once you finally get on the phone with someone of why it's going to take 12 days. If it even happens, basically like, we'll get you a decision in 12 days, is unfortunate. So if you have a Wix site, be on the lookout for this. It's up to you to decide if you want to continue to pay these higher prices. My big concern is if they've done this right now, what's going to stop them in another few years from doing it again? And all of a sudden this $324 will then be $550, and it will just continue to go up and up and up. So personally, I am moving my agency site over to my Go HighLevel account. I have that anyways. I've been wanting to do that, so this was just the push I needed. Not expecting to get the refund. It is what it is, but if you are a Wix user, just be wary of this. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or any thoughts on this, if you have dealt with similar issues and similar experiences, leave them down in the comments below, or shoot me an email in the description below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you got some value. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.